This is Q Racing News, brought to you by the Bank of America Racing Challenge.
The American Quarter Horse Association Hall of Fame Class of 2012 was in Amarillo this week as their museum displays were dedicated. This year's inductees: Hollywood Dunnett, Indigo Illusion, Streakin' La Jolla, Walter Fletcher, Bob Loomis, and Gordon Hannigan. All six were announced at AQHA's annual convention in March, but this is the first chance they have to see their case displays and portraits. AQHA's executive committee was on hand for the event, as were several past inductees. 233 men, women, and horses have received the honor since the hall opened in 1982. Dr. Dion Benson is the new Executive Director and Chief Operating Officer of the Racing, Medication, and Testing Consortium. Dr. Benson will provide administrative oversight of RMTC-funded research, the implementation of drug testing standards, and the development of uniform medication rules and guidelines. She's a Minnesota native, an equine veterinarian with racing experience, and prior to her medical pursuits, practiced law for 8 years in her home state. The Louisiana Quarter Horse Breeders Association has shipped catalogs for its annual yearling sale coming up August 3rd and 4th. 505 state-bred yearlings will be offered each day starting at 10 a.m. All horses that pass through the sale are automatically nominated to the $1 million 2013 LQHBA Breeders' Futurity. You can read the entire catalog online at lqhba.com. The Ruidoso Horse Sale Company has also shipped catalogs for the 2012 New Mexico Bred Quarter Horse and Thoroughbred sale, August 17th and 18th. 409 head of quarter horse and thoroughbred yearlings and broodmares. The sale coincides with the trials for the All-American, Futurity, and Derby. I'll be at the trials, so if you have a chance, say hello. The select yearling sale will be 2 weeks later in the days prior to the All-American finals. I'll be there too. Next week, I'll remind you about the J. Pumphrey Cowboy Classic golf tourney, also that week, which I will also be at, most likely babysitting one of the greens in case somebody gets a hole-in-one and wins a truck or something. If you're playing in the tournament, by the way, I do accept tips. Congratulations to Charlie Hunt and Don Reed, who've each joined a select group of trainers by notching their 1,000th win. Hunt's milestone was earned by Horton Racing LLC's Call Her Hero. The Valiant Hero filly won an 870-yard maiden race at Fair Meadows, Tulsa, I should say. Hunt has trained since 1977, and his horses have earned more than $9.2 million. Don Reed's honor came on July 15th when the Ontario-bred Little Miss Texas broke her maiden in the first race of the day at Ajax Downs. Reed started training in 1980 and has conditioned the winners of more than $4.1 million, including AQHA Canadian champions One Cool Wave and First Cool Money. Only 33 trainers have topped 1,000 wins. Delta Downs closed out its 2012 American Quarter Horse season on Saturday with an 11-race program billed as Louisiana Showcase Night, headed by the $550,000 restricted Grade 1 Lee Berwick Memorial Louisiana Bred Futurity. That's a mouthful. A big-time favorite filly named Ms. Jingles would score her 5th win of the meeting and her 3rd stakes victory. She's owned by AA Partnership and conditioned by Frank Cavazos. Jockey Eddie Cox was aboard for all her races at Delta, including this win over Shiny Affluential and fastest qualifier, Fast Talkin' Henry. After winning his first 2 starts, Texas-bred Built Tough Enough made it 3 for 3 in the $100,000 Rocky Mountain Futurity Sunday at Arapahoe Park. The colt was sired by Mighty Invictus out of the thoroughbred Inamuff, bred by James Helzer, owned by Rudy Ramirez and Larry and Michelle Rice, trained by Ramirez, and ridden by Elliot Bachicha Jr. Built Tough Enough was the 4th fastest qualifier and would navigate the 350 yards in 17.753 seconds. If you haven't already booked your room for the Bank of America Challenge Championships at AQHA Racing Conference in October, you can do so now by heading over to AQHARacing.com, where you'll find all the info you need. Be sure to use the block code to get your special room rate, too. Prairie Meadows is hosting this year's event, and all of the conference meetings and whatnot are right there on site in Prairie Meadows' brand new hotel, casino, and conference center. The conference and championships run October 24th through the 27th. That's it for this week's Q Racing News. I'm Matt Darby in Amarillo. I'll see you next time.
This is Q Racing News, brought to you by the Bank of America Racing Challenge.